Welcome friends, I'm Wendy Irene from GiveLoveCreateHappiness.com and I'm really excited that you're joining me today for an intuitive guidance reading. Although I am filming this video at the last week of February, I believe these readings are timeless and that the right time for you to hear this message is when you feel drawn to it or feel drawn to the video. And I prayed and meditate to receive some messages for my audience. There may come a time when I actually break it into different astrological signs, but for right now, I'm feeling called to do a collective reading. So not every message that you hear might resonate with you, and anything that doesn't fit, just let it go. It's not for you. Don't try and force it. And this could be sometimes different roles can be reversed. It could be about you. It could be about someone you know. So listen to your intuition about exactly how it fits. Okay, so I pulled 3 cards for you. And the reason I don't shuffle the cards mainly on camera is just because it increases how long the video is, because I shuffle and pray and allow it to take whatever time it takes for the right card to pop out. But the first card I have for you is motivation, followed by family, and the sign of Leo. So let's get into this a little bit more. Motivation. The actual message on the card is pray for guidance as to how to increase your enthusiasm for and focus on this project. So for some of you, you're working on a creative project right now. You may be feeling like you need a little bit of motivation to get started or even to finish the creative project. And this is something that's really coming from your heart. I mean, there's a lot of green showing up, which is coming from the heart. So this is a project that you feel really close to, that's really important to your heart. And it can be really overwhelming to be thinking about the future. And I think that the message today is really about taking it one step at a time and praying for motivation. What is the one step I need to work on right now? Because being in the present is where you really need to have your energy, and not being, sometimes we can get overwhelmed by like how big of a project something is, and we are kind of like losing our motivation. So what we need to do is break it down into a very, very small right now step and stop focusing on the whole future picture at the moment, but just taking it one step at a time, being motivated about the one next step that you need to take, and also listening to your heart. So the best way to listen to your heart that I can tell you is when you're thinking about something. If it makes you feel a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit more excited, even if it makes you nervous, but I feel a little lighter and excited and enthusiastic, that's your heart's way of saying, this is the right path. If you're just in your mind and you're trying to logically think your way through it, you're going to sometimes be thinking, well, maybe this makes more sense logically, but that doesn't mean it's the right path. Because if you're thinking about a decision and it's making you feel a little heavy and you're dreading it and you feel like it just doesn't feel good, then it's time to stop thinking logically. I know that doesn't sound like it makes sense, but the universe isn't always, the best path for us isn't always the one that seems like the most logical. Sometimes you have to listen to your own energy. Which decision is making you feel lighter, happier, a little more enthusiastic? Which one is draining you? Which one is making you feel not as well in your body? So that can help you to make decisions you need to make. And also, just one step at a time. Take it one step at a time. You've got this. The next card is family. So for some of you who have, there's different messages here. For some of you, this is the second time in a row family has come out. So for some of you, you really need to arrange your life to be a little more family friendly. It's easy to overwork yourself and to forget about, the ones that are there for you all the time and to take them for granted. So take a moment to not take your family for granted, to feel appreciative of the fact that those people are there for you and that they love you. And lastly, and actually there's some of you that are feeling drawn to expanding your family. You might be thinking about having another child, or you might have a child coming in. So that could be a sign that your family is getting bigger as well. And the third card I have is Leo, which means that you could be dealing with a Leo. If some of you have a family member who's a Leo that you're dealing with, that there could be a situation that you need to work on. And I would recommend that your energy is so important. I really feel that maybe a lot of us don't understand how important that is, the energy you put towards people. I would say that practicing the golden rule is the highest thing that you can do. So, speak positively of people. Don't speak negatively about them behind their backs. And do for those people that you love, your friends, your family, and I think everyone, what you would want to have done for you. And so, sometimes silence is golden. And remembering that we can choose which path we energetically take. Are we going to place love towards someone, or are we going to be placing negative energy towards them? So if you're having any situations where you feel like there needs to be some healing, what you can do is envision both you and your family member being surrounded in light, and allow that to feel peaceful. Allow it to feel loving. Choose the higher path. Choose to place loving, positive energy towards people, and it really changes your reality. And it's not, if you're facing difficulties, listen, it is not for you to take on other people's feelings. So you don't need to worry about what other people think or what other people feel. What you need to focus on is what you're putting out there yourself. And that's creating heaven on earth, is what are you putting out there? It doesn't matter where anybody else is at or what energy they're putting out there. It matters what you're doing. So if you want to create heaven on earth, focus on that loving energy towards all people. We really are a lot more connected than I think we always remember. And we're also connected to the universe and the planets. So it's important that we put out loving energy and forgiveness. And that's another way to work on forgiveness if you're having an issue, is surrounding the person and yourself in light and focusing on your heart and saying, I forgive myself and I forgive others, or I forgive whomever it is that you have coming to mind. So the other thing is, this isn't always just about Leo as a sun sign. I mean, there's lots of people that could have Leo in their chart also as a moon or rising, but it isn't just about that. It's also about, Leo is a fire energy. And fire can actually, it does create destruction, but it can create beautiful things, because fire can burn everything down to give it a fresh new start. And there are times in life where we need to look at our life and we need to say, okay, I am going to allow this fire to burn away all that doesn't serve me anymore. And I'm going to create a fresh start, to create a new beginning, to allow new growth to happen. So allowing, old belief systems to be burned away, anything that's holding you back, the wrong paths that maybe, or paths that don't feel right for you anymore, let them be burned away. Let there be a fresh start. Let there be beauty in that fire. So I do feel called to pull for you one more card. So just so you're aware, the first deck that I used was the Archangel Gabriel deck, followed by Daily Guidance from Your Angels, and then Easy Astrology Oracle cards. So let's pull one more, I think, from the Archangel Gabriel deck. Again, this beautiful green energy. I don't think it's any accident that the heart chakra is green along with nature being green. So some of you just need to get outside and get in nature too, just so that you can feel what's going on in your heart and kind of get out of your head. I mean, you can overanalyze things and just cause yourself so much anxiety by going back and forth, and sometimes you just need to trust and let go. Trust that thing that's bringing you that lighter feeling, the thing that feels a little bit better if you choose that. Okay, so one more message for you today. What wants to come out? Yeah, so this is why I don't shuffle most of the cards on camera, because then you're left waiting to watch me shuffle, and I don't like to force it. Okay, this one wants to come out. Okay, what a great card. Wow. Creative expression. God's divine creativity is expressed through your actions. So this is really relating to motivation. It's the creative expression. Allowing those beautiful, divinely guided ideas to come through you. You are a creative person. You are co-creating your life. You are co-creating something that is beautiful, and you have something that wants to come through you, whether it be through writing or dance or, you know, making your own videos. There is something creative that wants to come through you, and it is our job to allow that, to kind of get out of our own way and allow that flow to come right through us. Expressing yourself creatively is incredibly important for happiness, because it really fulfills us. When we're being creative, when we're allowing those great ideas to come through us and we're getting excited about them, that brings so much joy. So take this as a message that you really need to work on those creative projects. And this, hopefully, video is giving you some motivation to do that. And so, for some of you, these creative projects are going to help you support your family, and that's why that card is there. So, you know, not just financially, but you're supporting your family when you're in your best, when you're being your highest version of yourself, because you're a lot happier. When you're not just, when you're allowing yourself to be creative, you are allowing yourself to be a higher version of yourself, which means you're setting a better example for your family. You're showing your family, this is how you can be joyful. This is, you know, sometimes we're often told too that actually a lot in the world, we're not encouraged to follow the creative path. We're encouraged to follow the safe path, or what we think is going to make money. But, you know, really evaluate, what is your definition of success? Because for me, it's about living in alignment with myself and my higher self, and being creative, because that creates so much joy. So this video is your motivation to do your creative work, and that will in turn help you and your family. And if that's not the path you've been on, let the fire burn away everything that's not serving you, and take one step at a time. Instead of being overwhelmed by a change in direction, let the fire burn everything away, close all the old doors, and focus on your creative expression, whichever way that wants to come through you, whichever makes you really happy. The kind of stuff that you would do no matter what, whether you earn money from it or not, that is your highest path, and that wants to come through you, so make time for that. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me. If this video resonated with you, I would love for you to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel, because it helps circulate the videos, and click the little bell so that you get notified when there's a new video. I hope to have another reading for you really soon, but I just want to say I have so much love and gratitude for you being here and you supporting me with all your positive energy and love. It means the world to me. Have a wonderful week.